Welcome back. Teachers with Helena Public Schools are getting a lesson in Legos thanks to a grant that will be bringing more of the building bricks into classrooms. MTN's Ali Kaiser attended one of their days of training to see what the students in our area will be learning next school year.
You may remember these brightly colored bricks. They were a staple of many of our childhoods. Now Legos are being brought into Helena Public Schools classrooms for a mix of play and a valuable lesson in STEAM.
Catching their attention, the focus, holding all the pieces together in a classroom is hard, but Lego's making it easy.
Educators are having multiple days of training this week on how to incorporate Legos in their schools. The Helena Education Foundation purchased 6 pallets of Lego kits and brought in a certified Lego Education Academy teacher trainer with money from a grant awarded by Boeing.
The idea was to bring in hands-on, inquiry-based learning to the elementary schools.
Each kit comes with lesson plans for 5 different curriculum areas. These include construction and deconstruction, simple machines, motors and aviation, engineering and design, and coding and robotics.
The students are going to learn how to build different things and then learn how to use a computer to program it to move using sensors and motors and all kinds of fun things to make it have action.
Legos can give kids hands-on experience with STEAM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. But beyond that, the building bricks can also have a role in what Lego's official website calls pretend play, igniting the child's imagination and creativity.
Kids think of Lego as fun, and they play, and they don't think of it as learning or hard or a chore. So when it's in the classroom, it's just kind of natural that this is going to be fun time.
It's all kinds of things that we hope to instill in kids, and it's a way that they can do it and not even realize they're learning.
Now, both middle schools will be keeping their kits while the elementary schools will be rotating them. In Helena, I'm Ali Kaiser, MTN News.
Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Eric Johnson.
We're starting off your Wednesday with some sunshine as we look live from the Great Falls Clinic iCam. Temperatures sitting in the upper 80s for this afternoon, so we are well above average for this time of year. And a nice sunrise coming up in Helena, also getting up to 87 for this Wednesday afternoon. You can see we're going to see plenty of sunshine today. There is going to be a pretty strong westerly breeze at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and with very dry conditions overhead, we are going to elevate that risk for fire starts today. So just do your parts to make sure we don't see any of that. And looking in Helena, we'll see a lot of sunshine, temperatures warming up into the mid 80s for this afternoon. Now enjoy these warmer temperatures because we do have a very cool weekend ahead. We're going to see those temperatures dropping pretty quickly as we start summer. Summer solstice is on Friday, and we are going to see a pretty cool start for this weekend. Temperatures will be in the 50s on Sunday. Up in the mountains, it's going to be in the 30s and 40s throughout the day. We'll actually see some snow in the morning, especially near the Continental Divide. So we're waking up to very cool conditions, and then next week we do start to warm things up. And that's all because of this area of low pressure. That's going to start to move closer to the area and then eventually moving right over us into the weekend. So that's why we're going to see that very cool weather and unsettled conditions. We'll see some rain around for the lower elevations and again some of that mountain snow. But looking at the future track through today, you can see hardly anything to mention for central and eastern Montana, but up in Daniels and Sheridan County we could see a quick shower or thunderstorm. The rest of us just dry with lots of sunshine for the entirety of the day. And then into tonight, we'll see a few clouds developing. And by tomorrow evening, we could start to see a couple of pop-up showers and storms. But as we look a little bit further ahead, we get towards Friday. That's our next chance for some stronger thunderstorms preceding that larger area of low pressure. And then going into this weekend, we'll see some rain around. And then into Sunday, we really start to see those snow levels dropping. And we will definitely see some snow along the Continental Divide. It's potentially as low as 5,000 feet. And we could see several inches of snow above 6,000 feet. So that would include Logan Pass, where we could see upwards of a half a foot of snow. Even the Rocky Mountain front, we may see that rain mixing in with some snow at times for places like East Glacier. And then going into our Sunday evening, that storm will start to pull away and we will dry out. Now this storm is going to have a lot of moisture with it, so There is the potential for some heavier showers and thunderstorms on Friday with the potential for some flash flooding. So we do have a marginal risk for some of that flash flooding for the Golden Triangle up towards the Rocky Mountain front and for a good portion of the High Line. But going back to that snow, here's what we can expect. The heaviest snow is certainly going to be in Glacier National Park. Logan Pass, potentially 5 to 8 inches of snow. St. Mary could see a little bit of snow. So the heaviest snow, again, is going to be right in Glacier. And then we also run the risk of some stronger storms. Here's that level 1 risk that we have for Friday. The biggest threats are going to be damaging wind gusts and hail, but we could see some flooding as well. Most areas into the 80s for this afternoon. It'll be a pretty warm one for Fort Benton and low 80s from Stanford to Lewistown. On the High Line, we've got sunshine, temperatures into the 80s, that chance for an isolated storm in northeastern Montana. And then moving through the rest of the week, we start to cool down. This first weekend of summer looking pretty chilly, temperatures dropping from the 60s to the 50s. We'll also see those showers and storms around in Helena from Friday through Sunday.